Hello, divine beings. Welcome to the Mellow Universe. We are Velastri. Thank you so much for joining us. It's time for a tarot reading. Let us see what Spirit would like to share with us today, beautiful beings. We trust you are all well, and we are ready, underway. The central card is the Six of Swords energy. It's a time of transition, it's a time of movement, and we feel that Source is saying, yes, you are definitely now hitting shore. You have been on the water for very, very long, traveling, healing, transmuting, and you have been trying. This message is coming so strongly at this time, beautiful beings. It's coming again so strongly. Yes, in the illusion, you were trying to build, trying to create, trying to have relationships, trying to, create your future and your dreams, but it wasn't the true you. It wasn't your true authentic frequency. So nothing really aligned. You were absent source. You were missing. The truth of you was missing from all those situations. And then you went through your awakening process when you were in the cocoon, cleansing and healing and releasing. And as you were doing that, your dreams and your visions of what you wanted to do came clearer. You were bringing these downloads coming through, so you thought, I'm ready, we're finally ready. But whatever you were doing, still not really sticking, still sort of fleeting, because in the cocoon you were releasing and then receiving you, and releasing more and receiving you. It was a receiving and purging, receiving and purging. You were not quite ready. You were receiving the butterfly, purging the caterpillar, receiving the butterfly, purging the caterpillar. You were still 50-50. You weren't quite crystallized into your truth. And then when you left that experience and you felt yourself a little bit more physically grounded, you thought you were ready, but Source is saying, but look, you were just out of your chrysalis. You were the butterfly with the crinkled wings, still stretching, still getting used to this new physical avatar, the shifts of the physical taking on the Source you now are, okay? You're getting used to the new integration of energies. And then boom, now finally you have reached land. Now finally you're no longer on the boat, on the water, where you were trying to build, but the foundation was watery, was of the spirit. It was not of the physical yet, of the sacral not yet, of the solar. And now we're on the sand, now we're upon the shore. Now you are receiving understandings and ideas of how to carry out things. You are having conversations with people. All of a sudden you receive this idea of how you can co-create, how you can do something together, and it's so crystal clear. And you're asked to trust now, trust these new imaginings. The reason why they're coming through is because you're ready for them. The reason why that idea is happening in that moment is because Source is saying, hey, here you go, you two co-creating, this is going to happen, it's going to be magic. But then we are now doubting, we are not really trusting, and we're going to, after this reading, actually do a divine tea on hope, belief, and trust, for it's time that we integrate those energies. You know how we love to really ensure that we are really receiving to the core of those frequencies, so we'll definitely be doing that, because it's time for you to really trust how everything unfolds now at this time, how everything becomes now at this time. You're receiving this idea, receiving this vision, and instead of thinking, okay, so how are we going to work it out? No, Source is saying, how have you been evolving? How have you been transmuting? How have you been transforming to a butterfly? By trust. So why would you now apply a different tactic to this? Be in that space, be Source, you see the vision, share it with the other person's excited, and then you'll know gradually how it works out. We had a coffee catch up with somebody, a dear friend from gym, a trainer there actually, and we sometimes train together, but we hadn't seen each other for a while, all the different shifts. And as we sat together now in co-creation, an idea came up about what we could do together, and boom, already he thought, okay, let's do it on this day, let's start on Monday. And everything just came through. There was no restriction, and we felt ourselves have a bit of a, ooh, okay, Sorry, we're not used to having a microphone. We literally just went across. Hope that wasn't too loud. And we felt ourselves almost feel a little bit, apprehensive, like, okay, we've been doing so much on our own, right? Demel Universe on our own, the different offers on our own. Now we are co-creating with somebody. When we felt that shift, we were not used to being in these waters, and we felt a bit of doubt. Are we doing this? Did we rush this? Are we sure Source? We didn't really sit and meditate, and Source was saying, hey, we are no longer going to be so hands-on saying yes and no anymore. You're going to feel the guidance clear, but however you feel like venturing in this physical realm, it's yours, it's your way, it's your discovery. Trust now that you're upon the shore, that whatever now comes through is meant to be, and as you engage in it, it will serve you. There's no need for you to second guess and doubt. If it was not meant to be, you would not receive that idea. That is how secure in the faith and belief of the inspired action, the inspired thought you can be. Should it not be destined, you will not receive it. So when you receive, it's not you forcing. When you have that, what if we do this, and it just flows out, it's not you forcing. It's not you speaking without checking first with spirit. Source is saying there's no need for you to keep checking and checking and checking. That was when you were aligning to the grid in the cocoon. Yes, we had to really be quite stringent so that you can create on your highest frequency, to remember your highest frequency. But now that you're always there, at default, enjoy, trust, and see what happens. Okay, and look at the bottom before we shuffle. 10, Wheel of Fortune. Everything spinning in your favor, everything spinning in your likened frequency and energy. Okay. Within, look, we have Judgment. Yes, Source is saying this is you now. You are honoring Source completely within spirit, honoring Source completely within physical. You're allowing your Source to be, you see. You're no longer enslaving, trapping, limiting your inner Source from saying, hey, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to express ourselves. You're allowing Source to flow through you within the physical realm. You're allowing Source to be seen. You're allowing the Source within spirit to be seen, to be felt, to be received. And you are also allowing the Source within the physical to be experienced, to express itself. You're allowing yourself to express who you are. And in whatever experiences you're co-creating from now on, it's the full expression of you, because you're at Source. Source is, when you're at present Source, it's the fullest expansive, it's the richestness, it's the fullest, the maximal you can be, the maximal. If you're thinking of a light in a room, you know, the dimmer, it goes dim and it goes bright. When you're present Source, it's at the absolute brightest. So whatever interaction and co-creation you're having, you are experiencing the maximal energies there. And that is beautiful, because now you are creating fully, and all the co-creative pieces are also creating fully. And that is where you are now, open, naked, vulnerable before Source, no longer hiding, no longer shying away from you in each and every single moment. When you co-create with others, you're also present now, no longer dimming your light, but allowing your voice to be heard, allowing yourself to be seen. And you can trust that space now here. That's what Source is saying. Trust this openness now, because you almost shy to be that open, because, well, in the illusion it was very harsh, and you weren't really being your truth, so it wasn't really existent. Then in the cocoon, you were really tapping into it, but you felt so sensitive, so conscious of who you were. I'm just going to move this. So conscious of how you express yourself, of how you be. You were not at ease with it yet. And now finally, Source is saying, and the energies weren't ready to anchor it in. The energies were still evolving, were still maturing. But now finally the energies have crystallized. You're firmly within Source. And Source is saying, trust now. Just allow yourself to be open, and you're going to be quite surprised at how people respond to you positively. You're no longer resisted. You're no longer shunned. You're now welcome. The truth of you, this is the Aquarian realm. It creates within truth. So you being a truth is is home. It feels like home. It's a breath of fresh air to those who are lost in the illusion, because you being in your truth, in the realm of truth, it's such a powerful amplification, such a powerful spark of source energy. It allows them a healing, a light, and allows you a healing, for it allows you to fully engage and fully allow and fully accept who you are and embrace it and be it and show it and celebrate it. Without, in the physical, Five of Cups. Yes, look at this. Releasing, releasing, releasing. And this feels less of a releasing you. It's more releasing you, less of a releasing others or releasing relationships. It's releasing fears or emotional attachment from those experiences. So instead of deciding how it's going to be, allowing yourself to experience how it's going to be. That's what you're releasing. Releasing the idea, releasing the associated emotionality of it. Oh, if we're going to start doing this thing, it has to feel this way. Or, oh no, but if we do this way, I want it to feel. It's like, stop defining how the experience has to feel. Don't limit it to what you have experienced in the past. Don't punish the new with old feelings of fear and anxiety. Release the fear that you associate with that experience. Release the stress that you associated with that experience. Because in the past, it was stressful, it was frustrating. It was, even if it was a positive, it was joyful, it was exciting, whatever it was. Release the emotional association with the new coming in and allow yourself to experience it anew. It doesn't mean that Source is saying, no, you're not allowed to be happy in that experience. So saying, allow it to be happy, but don't decide what kind of happiness. Allow it to show you a new happiness, or perhaps this happiness has sprinkles of joy, excitement, and laughter, not like the other happiness, which was maybe ease and comfort and healing. For happiness is also very limitless. So it is to really free the energy to be you, because the energy is saying you're in source now. And so as we manifest in the physical, we're manifesting as the source you are, and the source you are feels things differently, and we wish you to now experience the new expressions, the new feelings, the new emotionality of source. But if you keep assigning and associating the new with old experiences and old ways of feeling and old expectations, that's what causes the hesitation. That's what causes the hesitation and the splintering of energy, because now you are trying to again assign and box and limit this frequency to a specific way, so it doesn't quite fit. But should you just allow it to flow open without, I have no idea how it's going to make me feel, I have no idea how it's going to work out, I have no idea how it's going to be, I have no idea how it's going to be working together, but I just feel that it's right now, I received a thought, we should work together, I have no idea how it's going to turn out, but let's see. And Source is saying, yes, finally, you're allowing the co-creative energies between you two, between you three, between whoever you are co-creating with, whatever the situation is, to now manifest within truth, no longer within illusion, no longer within old emotionality and old conditioned ways of being. You are releasing that energy. Below, and look, 10 of Cups. So good. We're already at the bottom of the deck. We've got the 10 Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups. So beautiful energies right now. Below, again, 2 of Wands. This is a shifting. This is a transition from one way of being to another. You're stepping into a whole new world, you see. And this new world you're stepping into requires you to go to a default, to factory settings. And the factory setting within you is source energy. It's saying, flatline, 0 on everything, 0 on how you think things are going to make you feel, 0 on what you think is attractive, 0 on how you define yourself. Literally start from day one. You are born on earth. Okay. No one's giving me a name. Okay. No one's giving me a gender. Okay. No one's giving me sexuality. Okay. No one's giving me rules. Okay. No one's telling me what to do. Okay. No one's giving me definitions of success and achievement. Okay. No one's pretending to be my God. Okay. No one's pretending to own me. Okay. So now what? Now just be open. Okay. Let's try that. Okay, try it. But don't worry about it. But I want to know how it's going to look like. We don't know. Why don't you know? Well, we are source, frequency, we're spirit, and we know how it looks like here, but we have no idea how it looks like there. That's why you were there in the first place, to discover how it looks like there. So we don't know. We can't tell you. We can just guide you to the feeling, because the feeling's similar. We know, we in the spirit, your spiritual self, that energy, it has manifested as this, and in the spirit it's amazing. But you probably won't want it to manifest the way it manifests in spirit, because there's different material, there's different components. Just like perhaps we would not really appreciate how the physical manifests that frequency if it happened, if we were to be there, or rather it's exactly as it's meant to be for us, and it'll be exactly as it's meant to be for you, but we can't tell you how it's going to look like because we don't know, but we can guide you to the feeling. And so Source is saying, we're guiding you to the feeling. We're giving you intuitive action, intuitive thoughts, intuitive inspirations according to the frequency. Trust the frequency and allow yourself to discover what it shows you. Beautiful. Finally, that shift you're wanting, the beginning is here, and Source is saying, trust. Don't get into your own way now. You've done so well to release the conditioning, to release the programming. Don't now condition and program yourself out of your own past and judgments. Release. When you think you've released enough, release even more. And when you think I've really released everything, guess what? Release even more. This is just scratching the surface. You might think so many changes, so many transitions, so much receiving. These are the fundamentals. If you're thinking of kindergarten or preschool, that is what you are. That is what we're receiving right now. Source said that to us as we were walking in meditation. They were saying, Velastri, you think you've received so much, you do so much. Understand, what you received is literally preschool, kindergarten level. You're receiving your foundation. You have yet to actually understand what you are. And this applies to all of us. So don't be in a rush thinking, I know it all. Just be like, okay, so actually I have no idea what it is. I don't know anything. I don't want to know. I don't want to know it all. I don't want to understand it all. In fact, I want to have zero understanding or idea of it. We are simply going to discover it. And then as it manifests and as I engage in it, then I'll be like, oh, that's what that is. I can't even put words to it even now as I'm doing it, but it's amazing. And that's all. Crowning. Look at the bottom of crowning. There, temperance. Yes. Alchemy. Justice. That Libra energy coming through again, saying, ha, don't forget about me. We're still in Libra season. Yes, we are. Be in your own scale. Stay there. And then trust whatever Source is putting in the other side. And trust whatever that other side is, whatever's been put in there, wherever it's leading you to. If it's a new map, a new direction, a new path, a new doorway, a new person, a new situation, a new career, a new financial situation, new creativity, a new family, a new friend, a new location, a new house, a new whatever it is that's being presented to you in the other side. Trust. Don't try to figure out how it's going to work, just trust. We had a beautiful analogy with another, was it Robin? He's the being that we are engaging with at this time. It might have been, or it could have been Erlen, the other being who we are training with. Anyway, this is how we had received it. Imagine you're a butterfly and you're finally flying for the first time. And now you see a flower. You haven't been upon a flower. And what's happening is you're receiving the, oh, look, a flower, and you feel the pull towards the flower. So now you're activating your caterpillar brain, and you're trying to decide, oh, how do I land on the flower? Should I land over there? Should I land over here? What am I gonna do? Maybe I need to prepare. Maybe I should first go fly there, then I'll fly to the flower. Oh, do I need wind there? Maybe I need water. Or then the pollen. I don't know how to dip. And Source is saying, you see how you're using the caterpillar mind in the butterfly form to try and figure out something that you do not know and you can't understand until you're on it. So instead of preempting before you land, so saying release the mind, the flower's calling you, go. When you're there, your body will land. Oh, okay, interesting. Now as you land on the flower, you're now within the frequency of the flower. Now your brain goes. Because now your brain is now receiving from the frequency of the flower and getting inspiration. Oh, fascinating. Ooh, I have an interesting little tongue, and ooh, it can go into the and oh, that's how the pollen works. Oh, fascinating. Now that you are there. Not before trying to pre-plan and stressing yourself out before you've even landed on this flower, but rather when you are there and you're on the flower and you're receiving it. Indeed, we remember it was neither Robin or Erlin, it was another being we saw on our way when we were walking through the park. But quite a chatty day today. Either way, that is how you are to be. This beautiful butterfly. No longer trying to calculate how to land on the flower, using the brain before you're even on there. Be on the butterfly, on the flower, and then receive from the flower. Be in that situation, and then let your brain wander to now receive from that situation. Be with that person present, and then let it flow within the co-creation. And then at the bottom of the deck, look at this. We can't make this up even if we wanted to. You have the Knight of Wands and the Sun. And what is that? As we said, flowing without thought. Flowing without thought. Flowing without thought. Just allowing yourself to be guided by Spirit. Allowing yourself to be guided to all these beautiful places, these beautiful experiences and situations. Allowing yourself to simply navigate the spaces without overthinking, without needing to understand, but by simply trusting the process. And in the Sun, yes, finally now you exist. You see, when you're not thinking, when you are allowing yourself to flow of Source, you're no longer limiting the rays, you're no longer limiting the sun, you're now full. Remember that optimum, most expansive, the richest being you are, because you're not limiting yourself, right? Imagine you're the butterfly now before the flower, thinking. What's happening? You're limiting now. You're deciding how you're going to shine. You're not allowing yourself to shine. You're deciding how each and every single ray must go. You are imprisoning the star you are. But now you simply just trust and you flow and you land on the flower without even understanding how you could possibly even land. You didn't even know you had wings, and here you go. And as you land on the flower, all of a sudden you are full because you are present. When you are present, now finally you're shining fully and you are experiencing the whole flower, the whole pollen and nectar situation, the whole fragrance and the flowery petals and the colors. You're experiencing the whole frequency, because you're not limiting how you should experience it, but you're allowing yourself to discover how you uniquely are calling it into experiencing. We ask you to release yourself so much at this time. Let go. Release yourself from the mind. You do not need to understand it to be at ease. You are at ease. You are the frequency of ease itself. Be it, and allow yourself to discover the divine, beautiful, miraculous. Goodness, you are so amazing, each and every single one of you. We feel your energy like never before at this time. And we trust you now. Allow yourselves the experiencing of you like never before. Blessed be.